Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to unbox and have our first look at the Galaxy A33 5G, just released recently, along with the A53. And I find this one interesting because it's much cheaper than the A53, but it shares a lot of specs. Most importantly, the new Exynos mid-range chip that Samsung just announced. If you followed the channel last year, we have unboxed the A32 4G, which I think is the predecessor for this device, and the Galaxy A33 is offering 4 major upgrades over the previous model, and namely they are the IP67 rating, the new chipset, OIS on the camera, so the megapixels have been downgraded, but it received OIS. I'm expecting better results than last year's A33, and then finally the charging speed has been bumped up to 25 watts. So let's get into it and look at the design, UI, SIM card tray as usual. So we're first gonna have a look at what we get in the box. A very slim box this year, following the trend of the flagships. Paperwork and a USB-C to USB-C cable, nice. And then SIM ejection tool and the device itself. This model is what Samsung calls the Awesome Blue. You have the SIM tray at the top. We're expecting some rubber gasket sealing because this is now waterproof. Feels very nice and solid in hand. Let's quickly compare it to the Redmi Note 11. And I have this device here because even if the Redmi Note 11 is much cheaper, maybe €100 cheaper in Europe, it has a lot of specs actually that matches the A33 or sometimes exceeds it, like in charging speed. It's 33 watt while this one is 25 watt. So we're going to be doing some comparisons to these devices, and I'm going to turn this on. We'll have a look next, screens next to each other. I believe this is your main camera. USB-C port as usual, one speaker. I'm not sure if it's a dual speaker. You have a notch design, which is the main difference in design to the A53. And then let's open the SIM card tray and pop in a SIM card. I think we should get expandable storage as well. Yeah, so it's a hybrid tray, which means that a second slot can take a memory card or a SIM card. Let's power this on. I'm gonna set it up and we'll have a tour of the UI and the camera app. So now it's set up. Let's get a tour of the UI and test the fingerprint reader actually first. So by default, I think you need to tap for the fingerprint sensor to appear, but it actually works very fast. I think it's faster than the previous model. Let's jump into display settings and see if high refresh rate is set up by default or if we need to do that. I like eye comfort mode. Motion smoothness is high. That's already by default. Quick look at, as usual, some bloatware. Let's try to delete. For example, can we delete Facebook? Uninstall. What about Netflix here? Can we uninstall? Yeah, so at least we can uninstall them. YouTube Music, I don't use that either. Let's have a look at the camera app UI. So what do we get? We get ultra wide, regular lens, and 2x digital zoom. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, 4K 30 frames per second is the maximum. Let's see if we get night mode. maybe under more. Yeah, we have a night mode. I'm gonna test this camera soon to the Redmi Note 11, but let me know also what other models you want me to test this against, and I will do my best. I mentioned earlier that the loudspeaker was not dual speaker, but I think actually it is. Let's test that quickly using one of my videos. So if we block this, we can still hear sound coming from the earpiece. So as promised, I wanted to compare these two side by side a bit, and you can see that even if the Redmi Note 11 is the more affordable model, it gets some things better actually than the A33. That you can see that in the design. Get a punch hole instead of the outdated notch. You get a slightly smaller chin, and as I mentioned, the charging speed is faster. Display also is same refresh rate. This is a 90 refresh rate. However, this model is 4G only. If you want to get a 5G experience like in this Galaxy, you need to go for the Redmi Note 11 Pro. But yeah, I think they're very similar devices, even if this is like placed a bit higher in the product ladder. Let me know what do you think about this comparison. Is it a fair comparison, or do you think the Galaxy actually is better compared to the Pro model, which I think is probably the case, but typical Xiaomi, they outspec their cheaper model, which is very interesting to see. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and first look video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you in another video.